Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Before we start the video, here's some social proof.
I don't actually know if you can see this. Hold on, let me try and check the back of the camera. That is the sales last month for one of the brands that I'm helping run. So yeah, as you can guys see, there's a bit of social proof there.
I'll pop a few things up more. So actually, how I'm recording the audio, so put a little crazy one there. But I've got a few more screenshots I'll throw up on the screen. Right, we're going to try and hop into this as quickly as possible because I'm not trying to make the Charlie Morgan 1 hour videos just yet. Camera does not have the storage for that. So we're going to get straight with this. This is why no money, why your brand is absolutely broke and you will never make money with your brand. However, these are the things that you can fix. Okay, so it's not all lost hope. I'm not here to tell you that you're never going to win with your brand. You're never going to be successful, because why would I be making a video? It makes absolutely no sense. So this is the first thing, but we're going to skip this. I'm going to go on to the second thing. This is the main reason why most beginner brands suck, other than just not starting a brand. So please don't just watch this video and then not do anything. The first thing you should do after this video, if you're at the beginning of starting a brand, if you're starting a brand, you started a brand, you're in the process, you're getting in 10, 20K months and stuff, cool, keep going, ignore this. If you haven't started a brand, start a brand. Start designing, start doing some of the fun stuff. I'm an advocate for that. Go out of your way, do some fun stuff, do some cool stuff, and actually get your ball moving, because it doesn't matter if you watch a whole lot of videos. It matters if you have an idea, something to be passionate about, something to be interested in. And if you can't do that, don't start a brand, because if you can't do the fun stuff, you really can't do the boring stuff. Next, most people's marketing sucks. Most people don't understand there's multiple forms of marketing. I went through viral marketing on my last video. There's so much stuff to go through. If you guys like these videos, let me know. I'll keep making them. But the point is, if you are making content for your brand, make it viral content. Go and do research into organic marketing. The most asymmetrically leveraged, thank you, Charlie Morgan. Great little phrase there. The most asymmetrically leveraged thing you can do with your brand when it comes to marketing is learn how to market. And you learn how to market by doing marketing. It's the same thing I said before. Start posting. Start working with influencers, even if it's for free, even if they have 10K followers, it doesn't matter. Start running ads. That's a little bit more of a interesting one. You don't want to start if you're completely broke. You don't want to waste money on ads if you don't have any money. But you want to start testing things. You want to start seeing if things work once you've built up a bit of a foundation. Don't be scared to market, because the best marketing strategies, the best ideas, the best things happen when you actually do the stuff, not just theorize. So most people's marketing sucks, and this is a major mistake. In general, how can you improve your marketing? Again, I'm going to keep this video as short as possible, but a few quick lists of sources. If it went viral on organic, it can be used as a creative most of the time if it went viral for the product, because UGC content is really, really known and is preferred in these platforms that you will be running ads on. Secondly, influencer marketing is a complete hack if you were dialed in your process on who's running a brand. Okay, who wears Vans? Skateboarders. So go and find out who the most beloved and respected and worshipped skateboarder is. That's how you do influencer marketing. And cool thing about this is there's mini influencers. So there's 30K influencers who have a load of fans who love and worship. You can check all that stuff with engaging. But that's honestly way too much. Look how we're already 5 minutes in. I have a tendency to go over. But this is a quick run through. We can do longer versions, guys. Reinvestment. Most people think, I made 50 bands I made 100 bands over 3 months with my brand. Let me pull out some of the profit. The problem is, there's a really, really good video by, I think, a guy called Dave Nash on this, which is super simple, just like this. If you pull out money of your brand, you are an idiot, an absolute idiot. I'm going to link the video by Dave Nash on why reinvestment is a bad idea. But effectively, if you take money out, if you take your profit out, you don't have your reinvestment to go back in. You're going to make less money overall, and massively so. Every pound invested into or every dollar invested into your brand has the potential to be 3, 4, 5. Every one you take out has the potential to be the exact same. Okay. It's not about, when you're in the beginning stages, first year, 2, 3 of running a brand, it's not about being cash rich. It's not about running up. It's not about buying a Corvette. It's not about any of that stuff. And you have to have the discipline and love for your brand to keep that going and reinvest, reinvest, reinvest. Next, scale. Okay. At scale, running a brand is easier. But stuff like costs and the pre-order trap really mess you up when you're trying to scale.
So most people have this really, really bad perception that they can run a brand like brands at scale. That doesn't work. You don't have wholesale retail distribution buying you Apple. So you don't have cash flow. You don't have money in the bank. You don't have the connections. You don't have the influencers to throw stuff at the wall and just try. When it comes to big money influencers, you don't have 10 grand to spend on ads. You don't have these things. So you have to watch your costs. All big businesses, Amazon, Apple, all the top guys, they all watch their costs. And the same thing applies to scale. Know where you are. Because it's a huge thing with music, okay? I've done a lot of music marketing, stuff like that. If you're an artist, you cannot act like you're Drake. Because Drake has so much more of a fan base than you and so many more resources than you that they can fuck around, they can take the piss. Whereas you can't, because you don't have the same resources and the same ability to. So be careful and be aware of where you're at as far as scale. I think it's a big topic, and so that's why I'm not going too detailed to it. Next, as I say, costs, I already went into this pretty much. Watch your costs, be careful how much you're spending, and know that when you're not at scale, everything costs us more. So we had a brand that was doing way less, and we were like, the attribution of these costs are disgusting. It's actually kind of like insane. And we're like, okay, well, why is the accountant, the fees, the Shopify, the Klaviyo, the SMS costs actually hurting us? It's like, oh, because this brand isn't doing 50K a month or 70K a month. This brand's doing 5 to 10K a month. And when a brand does 5 to 10K a month, $50 fee actually hurts a little bit, right? Because understand when you're at scale, it's fine. When you got to understand your costs, and this is how a brand is going to be sorted out. And this is why reinvestment's so important. But if your brand is doing an average of 13% profit, right, then you're doing 5K a month in revenue, which is, guys, just not that hard. Get out of your mind that it's that difficult. This is the cool thing about costs. So this is where clothing brands can be really cool. That's the worst hour I've ever done. If you have a brand that has an average order value of $100, then it's like genuinely really not that hard to make money, because you need to sell. This is how many tracksuits you need to sell at £100 to make 5K. So you need 50 people to buy it, which is not that many people when you really think about it. So just know that 5K a month with a brand is not that much. However, if you're working with 50% margins, let's call that 2K. You've got 2K profit to play with every month. You need to reinvest it. So when Klaviyo comes out and he says that's a $200 bill, that's 50 for Shopify, it cooks, then your vitals, that's 30. And you just start getting absolutely finessed down here, and you're spending $400 a month on this type of stuff. And then you end up spending an additional, 100 for the accountant or 200 for your accountant. And then you just get absolutely destroyed here. This reinvestment goes from this down to 1K. And you can see as if your brand gets 1K investment in comparison to reinvestment in comparison to 2K reinvestment is like disgusting. It's like terrible. That's why I suggest starting with a little bit of money if you're going to do this, because otherwise it's just stupid. Next, pre-order track. Okay. If you're a brand who has just really done, like, I've used pre-orders, like one of our major brands, the one that I'm really focused on, we have this issue and we have had this issue. And this goes down in mistakes. Okay, guy, the pre-order trap is so dangerous. And it's kind of like the idea that instead of buying clothes and drop shipping them, you buy clothes and you do bulk order because it's cheaper overall. And that was like a different example. That's what we used to do with reselling. If you're in the pre-order trap, I'm not going to explain what the difference between pre-order and bulk order is. If you want to know, go and look at literally anybody's video in this space. I'm going to try and teach something different here, which is an actual issue you might go into with the pre-order trap, which is that you're buying clothes in after it's taking, 30 days for them to make the clothes, lead time, 30 days for them to ship the clothes. You're now 2 months behind. You've got to ship them out whilst you've got to market the new orders. So you've got this huge distributional error. Plus you've got the liability of new marketing that needs to be put in. And that's why a lot of brands' marketing sucks, which hurts you even more. And then you have less money to make, and then your costs go up,
because you've got chargebacks. So you have to, knock down your reinvestment, which means you can't scale. But like they all really play into each other here. And then that's why he has no money. And so try and avoid the free order trap. Save up 5K, in dollars. So you probably, I would say reasonable is kind of like 3 to 5K to put into your bulk order, buy the bulk order, market it to shit, sell as much of it as you can, and get rid of it in 7 days. You have this golden trust pilot. You have this amazing review system. Everybody loves you and loves your brand. And then you can reinvest way quicker in comparison to, oh, I've got to spend some of the money that I made into fulfilling these orders. And then it's a mess. It's super complicated.